Hello guys and welcome to Kitchen Quarantine. Thanks to the names to Massimo Bottura which gave me the idea to call it Kitchen Quarantine as well. We are all in quarantine, we are in lockdown, we know what's going on around the world with COVID-19. Unfortunately we are stuck in the house, we cannot work anymore from our love job, but we didn't stop here. We're gonna keep going and we're gonna keep growing and develop ourselves as a professional chefs, as a professional wherever we do in our lives, and also we're gonna keep developing ourselves and our person. So I decided today to share a bit of knowledge I took in the years on Brew Kombucha. To brew kombucha is a very simple, straightforward process, and you needed just little ingredients, all of us has in our house, and what you need is the S.C.O.B.Y. Of course, nobody has the S.C.O.B.Y at home, or somebody of us just brewing kombucha, but don't get too worried, it's really simple to make a S.C.O.B.Y. All you need is some vinegar, some sugar and some water, or better if you have some old kombucha, some kombucha that you can find anywhere in UK, you can find in any supermarket, or also some new little restaurants that open up everywhere around your area, and in the lockdown right now they're all doing some deliveries. So if one of those nights you're bored, you don't want to cook and you want to do some home delivery, think about to buy a little bottle of kombucha to make your S.C.O.B.Y. S.C.O.B.Y is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and it looks a bit like this. It has a jelly texture. I found it really beautiful, and it's not also useful to make a kombucha, but you can use it to make also your smoothie in the morning. If you have some nausea, if you've been eating quite heavy in the last couple of days, just cut a piece of your S.C.O.B.Y, put it inside your smoothie in the morning. You won't feel any different of taste. Just don't think about there's thousands of useful little bacteria. They're not gonna harm you, they're just gonna fix your stomach, they're gonna rebalance the gut flora inside your stomach, and they're gonna help you develop a stronger intestine ready, and also develop a stronger immune system ready to fight the COVID-19. If that will happen, we're gonna be catch it, but just go. So let's come back from the S.C.O.B.Y making. The S.C.O.B.Y making is pretty simple. What you want to do is just boil some water, let it load to the temperature of 30 degrees, and melt some sugar inside. A couple of teaspoons is more than enough for 1 liter of water, and then add 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar. Cider vinegar is needed to lower the pH of your drink, so the bacteria that will find a better environment to start develop. You will see once you made all this mix, and you let it sit with a nice cotton cloth on top and with an elastic band, just the one you ladies using for your hair, or guys as well, if you have long hair you can use the same one, and you can use one to tie to your jar just like this, just you would do with anything else you can ferment in your home, or you can save it. So what you're going to do is let it sit, and you will see after a couple of days little layers with formed on top. Then you will think, oh, it looks like mold. It's not mold, it's the S.C.O.B.Y starts to forming. Of course, it's a really slow process, and higher is the temperature and faster is the process. So I will advise you, if you have a nice warm area, maybe close to your radiator, close to your boiler, where the temperature is always warm, or behind a window, but just be careful, not with direct sunlight, so cover up with some black cloth or something else, and keep it warm. Warmer, around 30 degrees, it will speed up the process. The process is pretty simple. You're going to help to break down the nitrogen is inside the tea, or any other type of leaves you have at home. If you don't drink tea, or if you wanna caffeine-free tea, is fine. The important compounds the kombucha needs to brew is the nitrogen. Nitrogen is in any vegetable we have around, because it's you find in the soil, and it's one of the principal compounds for growing of the plants. So it's going to break down, this little bacteria are going to break down the nitrogen, and they're gonna produce two types of acid. They're gonna produce acetic acid, they're gonna produce gluconic acid. The gluconic acid, it helps the bacteria to, it's being broken down by the yeast, which they are in the S.C.O.B.Y, and they're helping the bacteria to produce CO2, which is going to be the sparkling effect you have in your kombucha. That's why it's called the symbiotic culture. Symbiotic because yeast and bacteria, they both collaborate together to develop this colony and live in peace and make your kombucha so wonderful and so healthy for yourself. So once your S.C.O.B.Y is made, it will look just like this, and is ready to make your kombucha now. So what you're going to do is to brew a tea. The recipe I'm using, I took it from Noma Guide of Fermentation, which is a really beautiful book I have here in my library, and I love it because it has a lot really beautiful recipes and many ideas to don't waste nothing in your home. You can ferment and preserve and pickle and vinegar, anything you want. To last you longer. If you have your little garden outside and you have overproduced vegetables, don't worry about it, just pickle them, ferment them, save them under salt or wherever you want. This is really useful. So once you make your S.C.O.B.Y, you're going to brew your tea. What I do with my tea, I weigh down around 10 cups, which you're gonna reach 1,700 grams of water, and you're gonna put 250 grams of sugar. The sugar I'm using is cane sugar. This one is organic. It has a really beautiful taste, really beautiful smell, really beautiful. And you can see that crystals are not present in this. It's just a powder coming out. It's just a powder because it has no chemical process to refine it into bigger crystals as the castor sugar has. And it's not also the cane sugar they used to cook cane sugar, but it's not actual cane sugar, it's only caramelized castor sugar, which has these brown colors. It's not. This is pure cane sugar, and I like to use this one because it's better for yourself. It has a lower intake of glucose for your body, and also it gives the smoky flavor, caramel flavor to your drink, and also the darker color, which I really like it. And then you need some of the liquid that you use to make your S.C.O.B.Y, which is a very acidic liquid. But don't go too crazy, otherwise your kombucha will taste too acid. And then you need your tea. I like to use fresh tea from leaves. I don't like to use bags, but if you have a bag at home, it's absolutely fine. Just try to use no flavor tea, because otherwise some compounds are inside can affect in different way the brewing of the kombucha, and can also spoil it in some cases, because some other bacteria they are, or some other substance compounds they are in the colorant or the flavoring they putting inside those tea, they can ruin everything. So try to use some nice organic tea. What I'm using here is a beautiful tea from India. This is black tea, and it has caffeine, but really low quantity, and it's beautiful. I wish you were here to smell it. It really smells really good. This is black tea. So you're going to brew your kombucha, you're going to brew your tea, and you're gonna let the temperature go down to 30 degrees. Lower than 30, it's fine. No lower than 25, otherwise it'll be too cold and you're gonna slow down the process. You're gonna brew your tea, and you're gonna have the sugar. Let the tea sit with the water for about 10 minutes. Once you wait this 10 minutes, you're going to filter the water and the sugar you have it, this mixture, this tea, and you're gonna put in a jar. A big jar like this does the job. It's perfect, it's glass, and yes guys, I advise you glass because with the heat it won't release any toxin and any bad substances. It won't alter at all the flavor, so the flavor will be the same. You can wash and rewash it many times you want, and it will keep also the temperature. Then you need a glove. Don't hand sanitize your hands. Don't at all. I really advise you this. If you want to wash your hands, only wash your hands with soapy water. Soapy, which has no bacteria killer, because otherwise if you have some rest in your hands, you risk killing the bacteria they are in your S.C.O.B.Y. And so Once you do this, you're gonna put some of the kombucha or the liquid you use for your S.C.O.B.Y, and you're gonna put your S.C.O.B.Y inside. And you're gonna let it sit for about 4 to 5 days, depending on the temperature in your house. As I said before, be careful, don't go too hot on the 32, don't go too low over the 22, otherwise you're gonna ruin flavors, you're gonna risk to develop other harmful bacteria that you don't want to. There is a simple way to find out if your kombucha is ready, and it's through this one. This one you can find on Amazon, and it's a pH reader. You can find also the strips, but I find this one is really good and it's fast, and it takes you 2 minutes to make your measuring. It's really simple. You have to calibrate. You find little powders inside, which are the substances that you're going to mix with 100 ml of water, and it's gonna stabilize the pH in that level. But also, if you have some drinks or some of the normal mineral water you buy in the supermarkets, they have behind the label the pH lines, guidelines. So if you follow that one, you can calibrate anytime just with that one. For example, my water is 3.7 of pH, and sorry, 7.5. That would be vinegar. Sorry. It has 7.8 as pH. So I just put some of the water in a little cup, and I measure it, and behind there's a screw which you correct it once it's all calibrated.
And so guys, once we measure the pH, now we are ready for the second fermentation. The second fermentation will happen in about two. Once the pH reaches 3.7, 3.5, no below that, otherwise we'll be too acid. You're gonna transfer your kombucha inside your bottles, and from now on you have between 1 to 2 days before your kombucha will be ready to drink. To do so, now in a bottle you can transfer your kombucha and you can add any flavor you want. You can talk from herbs to fresh fruits. But remember, if you're going to put any juice or fresh fruit pulp or puree, you're going to substitute with the sugar, so no sugar for this case. If you're going to put herbs or orange skin or lemon peel or whatever, you're going to add 1.5 teaspoon of sugar to help the bacteria to produce more CO2, so your kombucha will be nice and sparkling as I show in this video. Thank you so much guys for listening and to watching this video. I know it's been quite long, but hope you enjoy it, and see you on the next episode.